Alright, it's about time I have a replay worthy gameplay of freaking Turtle Rock, my all-time favorite map in Warcraft 3. So, I was going against like an AT team here. These guys, they were okay. I did have like, I had a freaking undead player in my last game, and I also went up against these guys. My last undead partner was definitely better than this guy. I mean, MMR doesn't necessarily mean like, anything in this like current state of Warcraft 3, because it's kind of like broken. But from my experience, it seems like if you're a player in like the 3000 MMR range, it seems like you're kind of like a mediocre player from my experience. Like this guy, he wasn't bad, but I could totally tell there were some weird things with his decision making and stuff. I'll eventually talk about what I mean about that. But yeah, I had another undead partner from the last game on Temple Rock, and we went against these guys. It was really like one-sided. We basically both fast expanded. They never scouted us, and we pretty much just won the game from there on. And yeah, then I ended up getting Turtle Rock, and I got this guy. I think this match was a little bit more, I guess, quote-unquote scary. Not really, but I think it's more exciting to watch it. Anyway, standard build order is complete. Going for Rifle Caster, like always. I always like to scout on 2v2s here. I want to make sure, like, you know, they're not trying to do any like feeding strategies, because like feeding strategies is so common in like 2v2 AT, at least like back in the days when I played it. Night Elf is a really good feeding like race too. So I'm just trying to check here. See, I notice hunts. I decided just to scout one area because that's already enough to like tell me if they're feeding or not, and then I'll eventually figure out what's the other race coming. So in this situation, in my mind, I know, like, you know, since I'm going against Orc and Night Elf, I had the assumption that these guys are gonna harass me super hardcore. So I was just trying to like get this camp here and then just get ready to fight. But for whatever reason, they decided not to do it. And this was good, because generally Orc and Night Elf, like when you're playing like against Orc and Night Elf, a lot of like the skilled players, they tend to like want to harass, especially on this map. but I'm lucky, you know, that these guys weren't as good as I thought, so I was able to just get level 2 real easily here.
Ready for action.
These guys decided to creep the merchant for like the vision. This is actually still like a decent play, but I wouldn't say it's as effective as harassing the human or the undead, because human and undead, their early game is kind of like vulnerable. So it's actually really good to, you know, slow down their early game. So we decided to go here because everything seemed passive, and then I'm like, oh god, they're going for the freaking merchant shop. I checked his item. They got a pretty good item here. And right here, I'm like, we have to get the Turtle 7 before the big push. Classic tier 2 timing push on Turtle Rock. Okay, item. Like this item, it's gonna get buffed in the next patch. I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, this item, I generally prefer to sell it for like a mana potion. That's what I generally do with this. But I gave it to the TK. Oh yeah, look at this. And then we get creep jacked. This was pretty bad, I guess. See, I was like, oh god. So they took one of the turtles here. And in my mind, I was pretty much telling myself, like, you know, like these guys, they seemed okay from my experience, and I had a feeling they were going to attack my base because the human base is way more vulnerable compared to the undead base. And that's what they did. See, I was warning my teammates. My teammate, just to be prepared, and there they are. Oh, this was frustrating. I thought this was a big enough gap to let my Archmage inside, but it wasn't, so I had to use this entrance. I freaking hate that, man. Like, I've had some games where like my Archmage gets stuck, and during like a T2 timing push, I just end up like, you know, losing the match because I couldn't like move my archmage in the back of my base, man. It's always frustrating when that happens. Always. But yeah, I don't know. Sometimes like the geometry is just kind of weird in this game, I guess. Luckily, I had a backup location here. So, anyways, this is the classic tier 2 timing push on Turtle Rock. I have survived so many freaking like hunt pushes on this map back in the days, and this is another one. And this one was a pretty scary push. Like, I noticed these guys were massing really hardcore. My units were not good. Look at this. I'm down to like 30 supply. I don't know. My teammate had 30 supply. They had 30 supply. So this is kind of like. Wait. Where's the orc? So this guy had 40 supply. So he was really like. He had the scariest army out of all of us here. So yeah, I knew this was going to be a painful fight for me. I knew I was going to definitely lose some stuff. My Mountain King came out, decided to go clap first, because look at this. Look at all these enemies here. The value of clap. Yeah, there's so much going on here. Luckily, my teammate got level 3 DK. I have level 3 Archmage. This was a good hold. Mountain King ended up dying, but for a good cause. Oh, this was perfect. That was definitely a good hold. My teammate was really nice enough to give me some gold. Good play. So this right here, here's already like an error with my teammate here. I don't know why he went for Spirit Towers. Like, you know, for an undead base, like it's really hard to crack them. You really don't need a Spirit Tower, you know. I think like the only time you get Spirit Towers is like for Wyvern Harass or like Raider Harass. Anyways, since it's about to be day, I decided to go and sneak the invulnerable. I tried to like steal their invulnerability potion here. And yes, they got 2 of the camps here. They have complete vision on the camps. It's not the end of the world when that happens, but you know, what is it? It's still nice to have vision. Alright, this part right here, Yellow, he made a mistake here. I was trying to creep my Mountain King to level 2 for Stormbolt. He decided to join in with me, so I'm not getting full experience. This was a little frustrating. Not gonna lie. This was a little frustrating. Crystal Ball, whatever. Kinda okay item. So I decided to creep this instead. I don't know why he got a guard here. This is just so random. But luckily, I was the best player in this freaking game, so I was able to, like, carry my teammates. And my teammate, like, at least he got some units, you know. He seemed like he has some decent IQ of what to do. So he creep jacked in blue. Good plays. I decided to steal their Turtle 7 here. Got an okay item. I'd rather have, like, invulnerability or mana potion here, but that's okay. I told him to get out. Thank God he listened. I decided to go to their shop and steal another invulnerability potion, and I decided to retrain the Blizzard. Because I noticed they were massing like hardcore. So I'm like, hey man, help me out here, dude. Alright, my teammate was kind of slow on the TP here, and I was freaking out. Because I was like, what the hell, dude? You should be here by now. See, I was like, what the hell, dude? Luckily, he's here. Yeah, look at this unit composition. It's kind of weird. He's massing ghouls, fiends, and guards, and what is it? A necromancer? Like, it's such a weird composition. I told him to buy TP. I think they destroyed my shop. Yeah, of course they did. And here it is. Here comes the game-winning fight here. This is actually a pretty epic fight. So I popped the Scroll of the Beast here. And here it is. So I got Blizzard, I got Thunderclap. It's time to make it rain. Oh yeah, look at this. Yeah, from this fight, there was no way the Orc and Night Elf was gonna survive this. He just ended up having too much. Look at all this. Yep, it's a good game. Like I said, these guys, they were okay. If these guys were better, there would be no way that I could carry my teammate towards this victory. But at least, you know, I think it was still a fair matchup. You know, like my teammate, I think he was the weakest out of the 4 players, but like I said, he has me. So I think like that's the only reason why, you know, we were able to like make it out alive here, because I have so much experience playing like 2v2s in Warcraft 3. And yeah, pretty good Turtle Rock game. Not really like the most like nail-biting game ever, but I thought it was a smooth game. Flowed really good, and just had some pretty exciting fights, you know. And it's about time I got like a decent Turtle Rock game, because I don't know, man, like every time I play 2v2s, I never seem to get any like, I never get any exciting Turtle Rock matches. Like they're always over before you know it, you know. I don't know, I guess some players, they just kind of don't understand how to play Turtle Rock at like a skilled level, you know. But yeah, that's it for this replay. I'm gonna do some more.